Hello and welcome back to 484 Freedom. Thank you for stopping by today and checking out some comfortable ideas for everyday carry. When I first started carrying, I would just carry just the holster. So it was just a holster, nothing on it, and it was a lot of hot spots. Well, first I started at 4 o'clock. That was pretty comfortable, but again, hot spots. And then as I went to appendix carry, I decided I was going to get a tier 1 conceal holster, and then I got the wedges to go with it. This is not a tier 1 conceal holster, obviously, but this is, and this is. So they're the two conceal carries I have, tier 1 conceal carry holsters I have, and I bought some wedges. The first one I bought one for that and one for this. So I got the appendix sidecar rig. It's the MSP. It's an MSP holster. I got that one first. That was my very first one because I got sick of buying holsters for all my guns. That one operates off of the light. So when I ordered it, I ordered a bunch of wedges. And so I stuck one on this holster and I stuck one on that holster, and they were direct mount stick, not Velcro. You stuck them to it, and where you put it, that's where it went. And I luckily put them in a comfortable spot. I liked wearing it. It gave me hot spots, and after a while, I realized, like with this one, this was rubbing against me. This side right here was rubbing against me, and it kept giving me hot spots, and I was like, this is terrible. And I had a medium one, so it was like really like pushing it in and over to me, and it really was bothering me. So I didn't wear the 43 that much. It was very rare I wore that one. It was in the summer. It's the only time I wore that gun. I just couldn't. It hurt too much. I'd rather take the wedge off. So then I had this guy, and I carried this thing all the time with the sidecar. I would walk 8 hours hunting with this thing, drive 3 hours to 3 hours from, and hunt with this entire setup. With, I think I had at the time the large wedge on that, and when I put that on there, I had it like up high like this, so it was good. But when I sat in the vehicle, right there was rubbing me, and boy, that would bother me in the vehicle. I could just shift the holster around and everything would be great, and that's what I did for a while. And then one day I saw this product, the Cloudster pillow, and I was like, man, that seems like an amazing idea. Why didn't I think of that? So I honestly took a pillow and shoved it down my pants. Obviously not this small, but it wasn't a massive pillow either. And I put the gun on my belt and I didn't feel it. And I'm like, all right, there got to be something to it. Let's give it a shot. So I got them. And since I've had them, absolutely love them. The insides of them, I'll go with the black. I'll show you the black one. The inside's a memory foam, like ground up foam almost, and you just have it and you shove it in there, and when they ship it to you, you get it packed. Like this thing's like packed. Like this foam here came out of this. So if you look, it was pretty full. And the problem with that was I wear a size 34 pant, and I have to loosen my belt. Well, I wear a groove life belt, so I'm able to pull it so it stretches, and then I have to pull the pants open and then shove this massive pillow with the holster down in my pants. And I'm like, holy cow, I can barely get this puppy in there. So I started wearing 36 pants for the most part. I can still wear 34s and get this in there, not a problem. But you can see it like bunches it up. You can see the creases a little bit in there from it bunching up because I'm shoving it down into myself. So this one's a medium one, and then this one's their large, and or maybe extra large, maybe large and extra large. I'm not sure. They have a smaller one. There was no reason for me to use a smaller one. I felt like these were exactly what I would need. And I didn't know which one I'd want, and I didn't want to have to keep changing them whenever I decided to change a firearm. So I got two, and I just keep it on the two most common things that I use. This is the gun that this fire on my EDC every single day. And this one here, I also had a wedge on this one. And I didn't mind the wedge on here. I had it straight on the firearm part, and that was great, right? And I had a little guy like this. But when this compressed a little bit, this knot on the back of this tier 1 holster, I could feel it. And it hurt. Like, there was times where I was like, wow, I got to like shift everything. And I just didn't really like it totally. Now, these I will only use in the summer. I'm not going to wear these in the summer. Like, if I'm doing something where I'm not just sitting down to eat dinner and I know I'm going to be doing some kind of work or exercise, I'm absolutely wearing this, because if I'm going to sweat, I don't want to have to wash this once a week with my clothes. You know what I mean? I'd rather just have these things on. They don't smell like they're antimicrobial and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I did get extra Velcro, and that way I can put the tier 1 conceal wedges on. If I want to put the wedge on, I can change out and put on the pillows if I want to go pillow. Like if it's a day where I know I'm not going to sweat in the summer, or it's just a winter day, I can just throw the pillow on and throw the gun in, and all's good. This though, this setup, I love this setup, and it was already comfortable to carry. Like, I don't know what tier 1 did with this MSP to make this gun, this firearm, this comfortable to wear, but I wore this all the time, all day, more so than, well, I'll probably never carry anything more than this, but a lot. And I change out the firearm, because I can just switch the light out and use whatever firearm I want. This, I tell you what, this made the biggest game changer in the world for me. I put that thing center mass, just like that, Velcro it on, and let it hang over so that way the light's not rubbing me, and it stays just high enough that it doesn't interfere with the top of my manhood. And I don't even know I'm wearing this with the Groove Life belt. Everybody always complained about the Groove Life belt not being great. That thing holds this rig, no problem, and I forget I'm wearing this rig. Like, I don't know what else to say. I have a neck belt. I wear that with this, and like I wear that when I'm hunting because I need the extra support to hold this puppy up. I'll do that just for that reason. Like, I don't want it flexing when I don't want it to flex. Essentially, in hunting, you're working. So I wear the neck belt for that. Core belt, same deal. Groove Life is the everyday belt though. The pad here and the comfort of that thing just makes a world of difference. And then these Cloudster pillows also come with extra fills. So if you, I don't know how you get more in these, but if you want to try to figure out how to jam more in there, you can do it. Now, my only gripe about these is that puppy is freaking wide. Let me give you something to compare it to. I don't even have something to compare it to. If we take, a razor knife, like, that's pretty wide. I don't know if I have the tape measure or not, but I mean, that's probably 2.5, 3. I'd say probably 3 inches. It sticks you out good, and when it's in your pants and you're pulled out and you have that much sticking out, like, it compresses, like, so you might get a good amount of compression in there because, like I said, it's memory foam. But man, it looks like you're carrying one of those, you got a fluff bottom, or you're wearing one of them bags, medical bags. It doesn't look right. I wear it in the wintertime. I wear this in the wintertime all the time, especially if I have a jacket on or a big shirt or something. This is my go-to for sure. But biggest reason that I like carrying this one is because it's not as wide. You can see the difference. Like, it's still wide, it's just not as wide. So it doesn't make me look like I'm completely carrying a big medical bag, and you can see the difference here with the 43 with the small and this. Now I will take this off and put this small one on this. knowing that I'm going to have this thing pinned against me at some point, pressuring me, you know. And I keep thinking about taking off, putting on the other side, but I don't want it to get, I don't want it to get stuck coming in and on my pants with my belt and my belt loops and all that stuff out here. So I just leave it the way they factory installed it for me. And so I wear this guy and rock this in the summertime, and you know, it's much slimmer, like especially if I'm trying to conceal good, like you can just see the difference in the slimness. But you know, this medium guy, you know, that's about the wedge. If you look at the medium and you look at the way I have this unpacked, that's the size. So, and now medium's what I used to have on this before I got the pillow, and that was the one that, you know, I could feel it rubbing. So it just depends on how I want to conceal that day and which rig I'm going to run, which firearm I want to take with me. Depends on which wedge I run. You know, the weather depends too. But that's the nice thing about having these two systems, is that I can literally change it to be however I want it to be. And when I wear shorts, like to have this, you know, this little slim system here with a small wedge on it, you know, you take this guy and you put that in there, and it pins the handle against my body. You know, I do feel this a little bit, but you know, it's concealed carry. It's never going to be perfect. The closest to perfect you're going to get is, you know, having a massive pillow on a massive rig, and then everything's comfy. That's the most comfortable way I found to carry. This is by far the second best, if not very close to on par with that guy. And this, I probably should just get a smaller TL1 conceal holster for this guy with just a single belt loop like I have here. This thing here on this one bothers me, because the belt, I have to keep it below that. So this sits on the belt, so I can't lower this. I'd love it to get like just a little bit lower, like right across the middle of these two holes. I would love that to sit in that location. But I can't. It has to ride a little bit higher. So luckily with the Groove Life, it keeps it pretty tight, and I don't have any issues. So these are the Tier 1 conceal wedge system, and you know, the Cloudster pillows. I know there's more systems out there. I know there's some other pillow system. I know there's also other wedge systems out there. And no, I bought both of these. These are just I'm not this popular, so clearly I'm buying and installing my own with my own Velcro. Although this does come with extra Velcro. This system has two extra, I think an extra Velcro for each one, so I ended up with 2 pieces of extra Velcro. The tier 1 system does not come with Velcro. It's just sticky direct to the holster, and that's what you get. But these are the two that I've used. I like them both. I use them both. I'm more partial to this when I can get away with it. I'm more partial to this when I need to be concealed, deep conceal, we'll call it. I'm not that cool, but if I'm trying to not print at all, this is the way to go. If you're happy with what you got, you know, rock this guy. And if you got some clothes you can throw on top, jacket, whatever, this is that. So thanks for watching. I hope I made everything pretty clear and easy for you guys to understand, and I didn't miss anything. If I did, just, you know, ask the questions in the comments, and I'll do the best I can to give you a good answer for it. Like I said, I like both products. I use them both. I don't think you go wrong with either one. So unfortunately, appendix carry, it's, you know, you got to try out different ways, and people like me try to help you navigate the money, wasting your money or not wasting your money, or just overspending on situations like this. So I hope I can help. If I did, great. If not, I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, but at least you're here and you stayed this long, and thank you for it. And if you subscribe, that'd be amazing. And if not, I get it. But thanks for watching, and you guys have a great night.